Hi guys, you are looking here at the all new, well, not really new per se, but this is the second generation Audi A5 Sportback. All right, the first generation A5 Sportback was out since 10 years ago, and this second generation model is based on the current B9 generation Audi A4. So to put a bit of context, all right, in terms of its product positioning, the A5 Sportback is a direct competitor to the 4 Series Grand Coupe, the BMW 4 Series Grand Coupe, in the sense that, yes, it is based on a premium compact exec, but it is consciously placed one segment up by its maker. It has a bit of that fastback profile, and yeah, and they call it, and they give it a coupe-like positioning, all right, to emphasize a bit of sportiness to its nature. And at the same time, right, they also make this a more practical car than the saloon. Mercedes currently does not have a direct competitor to this in this segment yet, but who knows, maybe they have something up their sleeves to be released some point in the future. So noteworthy thing about this A5 Sportback here, 2-liter, thereabouts of 250 horsepower, priced at 340,000 ringgit. So this is only 10,000 ringgit more than the similarly priced G20 330i, but gives you 2 extra driven wheels and is, well, theoretically a one segment up product. Yeah, so in terms of sheer value for money, right, alongside the G30, the A5 Sportback really does make for a very a prospect worth considering lah. All right, right now in Malaysia, Audi has has consolidated its lineup. So there is now a focus on their SUV models. They have recently launched the Q2, Q5, Q7, Q8, and where outside that the Q series is concerned, they only have now the A3 1.4. They also have the A4 2.0 non-Quattro, and now they have this, the A5 Sportback 2.0 Quattro at 340,000 ringgit. So yeah, if you ask me, next to the G20, definitely the G20 CBU 330i, this is definitely worth looking at, no question. Now, let me just hop over to the other side of the car again. And, all right, so here we are, giving you a side view. And let me draw your attention to this little fake wing here, all right, with chrome lining. This piece here is, I would say, the only piece of design indulgence on the part of the designers, because everything else, all other parts of the car, you look at it, it is a very clean, very elegant design, all right, without any over excessive flair, right? Everything is kept simple, but there is also that tautness in its lines. So you see, they have a lot of character lines, like here on the bonnet here, there are these 4 tension lines, and along the side here, and this is nice, all right. So the bonnet actually ends here, and it matches and it flows with this line all the way to the back. They have a similar design with the A4 as well. And what is of note is how this line here meets. This is a curved panel, this is a curved panel, and they have managed to achieve that gap consistency on this is a moving panel, okay, this is the bonnet, the whole way. So that is demonstration of Audi's quality for you, all right. Here, as you see here, the welding here, all right, the roof metal welding here, there's no rubber strip here to shield the welding. So yeah, it is also another demonstration of Audi's exceptional quality. Now we come to the back. Once again, the back is very understated. You got 2 exhaust pipes either end, and you get that single chrome strip at the lower end end of the bumper. That's it. None of the sporty diffuser elements. Okay, so it is overall a very simple, understated design from the outside. Now we look closely to the rims. These are 255/35/19 wheels. Once again, a very simple, very elegant design. So you look at it from the outside, right? This is a car with a sporty fastback profile, but without sporty design touches. Is it a bad thing? No, it's not. I think that now the market really has an overload really of cars that are trying too hard to be sporty, and this simple understated design to me is refreshing. You see the front here, very simple, no nonsense. They've got some chrome on the grille, and here the lower vents here, very simple in its finishing, and you got a functional air vent here, right? That allows air to flow and cut through. Okay, the headlights are also very simple design, right? And you get these LED headlamps, and of course you have a discrete Quattro badge here on the grille. So overall, from the outside, the A5 Sportback, it does not look that remarkable at one glance. In fact, if you look at this, you may not even realize that this is an all-new A5 Sportback, but it is. And well, I rather like this kind of design treatment. There's we don't see this often in our market anymore, so it's good. All right, and we open this up. Okay, so this tailgate also has hands-free opening, but I don't have the key fob with me right now, so I can't demonstrate that. And let me just show you. This is we've got three bags here, right? My bag, Bobby's bag, and HP's bag. So we've got, this is a removable parcel shelf. Okay, with one hand it's a bit tricky, but hey, managed. All right. So it sits here, and we've got this netted compartments here underneath here. You got a space saver spare. That's good. Yep. So overall, very large boot, and one which you can use it to ferry quite a decent amount of items. So we come to the back seats first, and here we have the armrest. Wow, this is a fancy looking cup holder design. So, wow, okay. Is this all right, okay, so that is the hook. All right, so you hook this to the armrest here, and the cup holders, chunky looking. All right, so this accommodates two different sizes of cups or tins, and yeah, so same here. The mechanism in typical Audi fashion feels solid lah. All right, this is rather thin, but I think good enough to park maybe a small tablet. Isofix mounts here. Okay, so this is one of those with the removable plastic type. Plastic cover. Rear aircon vents. So it has rear zone climate control. It just only controls the temperature, and you've got 12-volt socket here. You've got a net. Rear seat pocket with a net. So unlike many manufacturers, Audi prefers to use this net type, which is actually not a bad idea, because you know, when you have the full piece of leather or rubber or plastic, whatever, right? Things or fabric, things can get, you know, lost inside. But with this net type here, whatever things you drop in there, it is there for you to see. You will not forget its presence. And let me just show you from here. Okay. Here's the headrest, which I raised. So got good headroom. Okay, good headroom. Leg room. This is Bobby's driving position, and you know how big Bobby is. And still, I've got, well, decent enough leg room here at my disposal. I assume now, if I were to sit in the driver's seat, this would probably free up an extra 2 inches of leg room, which I would be able to then easily cross my legs. Right. Let's show you again the door card. All right, so the door card here, very simple design. You've got this pieces of this gloss, sorry, it's what you call it, this matte metal finish here, and well, this piece of plastic looks underwhelming, but when you katok, it feels solid. All right, and but I would say that the design is okay, but as usual, I would have preferred a greater mix of contrasting trim colors. All right, certainly if you look at throughout the whole cabin, this is in keeping with Malaysian tastes, a very dark color, highlighted only by the metal trim elements. All right, otherwise it's just gray and dark gray. As always, I would prefer a greater contrast, maybe like, you know, dark at the top and slightly lighter shade at the bottom, just to give the design a bit more depth. Okay, so here I'm going to show you the center console. This is a bit shallow, but still it will swallow a great number of things. All right, just let me show you. You can drop your phone, your keys here, no problem. Okay, not sure what this slot here will hold. Okay, and so here we are up front, right? So this panel here, you can knock this panel immediately, right? Upon knocking this panel, this center console feels solidly built. I would say that it feels more solid than the Mercedes C-Class, and it feels noticeably also more solid than the G30, but perhaps by lesser margins. This panel here, these are the memory buttons, right? And look at this. So now as I molest these buttons, right? So you see the screen there, it actually registers my touch. Okay, it actually registers my touch. So, and let me just come closer here. Now you see as I press 1, this side, right, the whole button syncs together very uniformly. The tactile feel of this is excellent, and so as is this rotary knob, okay, rotary knob that controls the MMI screen, and I believe this is a touch sensitive knob. Sorry. So here we have it, the Audi Virtual Cockpit. The temperature gauge and the fuel gauge are taken outside and shown in these LED lights here. And let me just see, you can just cycle through various features. Okay, so from here when you press view, you can adjust through various, you can adjust through two different screens, right? Wow, see that? So this whole piece here now becomes your navigation screen. So you can choose to either give the center info display prominence, or you can choose to give the gauges prominence. And as I showed earlier, the controls here are touch sensitive, right? So you still have to press it down to activate it. But what it shows you here is that it knows you are touching it, and it shows you what are the options that you can get. So you can see set rear, and yeah, so you see here standing by. You can adjust the fan speed. To actually adjust the fan speed, you actually have to toggle the switch physically, but it also registers the presence of your fingers touching it. Same here as I showed earlier with the with this memory button here. Okay, so as I show you, as I move, okay, so now you have handwritten recognition, which I accidentally activated. Not bad. So it recommended. Oh. Okay. Hey, not bad, man. This is not bad, and I'm using my left hand at this. So, all right, add space. So if I want to space, just swipe. Just swipe right here, like you do on Tinder. So yeah, overall, very good quality, and this is just typical Audi lah. Good quality, looks sophisticated, but of course, in the interest of flair, I would have preferred a mix of colors. But really, no faulting the choice of materials or even the way they are put together. It's just such a well put together cabin. And this, look at this. I'm no smoker, but I would say this is one of the prettiest in-car ashtrays that I have ever seen. Right, so it just slots nicely into the cup holder. It's a real nice touch of class. Yep. I don't, yeah. So we've got one USB port here, which is rather little for these, for the, what do you call it, for the requirements of today. Okay, so let's go for a drive.